right. Hello, hello, hello. Happy Saturday, people. Happy Saturday. Yes, Valerie, surprise Saturday stream. Really, it's a postponed from Thursday stream. Our our co-mod in TWT is in the hospital, so Thursday I went in the afternoon, and I went to visit him. So he'll be okay, but we don't know exactly when he's getting out. He should know today whether he'll be getting out Monday or whether he'll have to stay a little longer. So, because I've had to skip so many streams in the last couple weeks because of travel and things like that, I felt really guilty that Sophia would be left without a stream if I canceled completely on Thursday. And so I rescheduled for today because guilt. So, yes. I'm glad it goes well, Anita. Thank you, Valerie. He's, like I said, he'll be okay, but there are just some things that they're having to address. So yeah. Yes, Sophia, you can laugh, but it's absolutely because I was like, oh, Sophia's gonna be so upset if I completely cancel. So, oh, and you have to leave. Fine. Desert me. Desert me, Sophia. This was all for you. No, I have a lot of shit to do. I keep putting off stuff that I need to do, and I have to stop doing that because I have a timeline. So I'm gonna be working on multiverse stuff today, y'all. So, but yeah, Sean's doing okay. He's, his spirits are up. We, texted today, we messaged today, and he said that, he's more clear-headed today. He's been on antibiotics, IV antibiotics, since they put him in. And yeah, so, but he was in good spirits when I saw him on Thursday. He was, he seemed his normal self, except he was in a hospital bed. And today, he said that he's feeling better and stuff, and they should find out today if they have to do one more procedure before he leaves, or whether they're going to cut him loose in the next couple days. So, Somnio, welcome in. Haven't seen you in a minute. Good to see you, friend. Sophia says, in my defense, I'm deserting you to watch Yuri on Ice with my friend. Okay, real life friends, fine. Real in-person 3D human beings, fine. No, I hope you have a great time with your friend Sophia. I really, really do. Dylan! Oh, Dalen. I'm sorry. My eyeballs are like, I don't know why, but I've been having trouble with blurriness this morning. And that's not uncommon for me, but I was doing some eye drops that was hopefully supposed to help with that. And it did help with that. But then, I used up the whole prescription and, it's not as bad now. But Dalen, welcome in! So I want to make sure I remember your name for the next time you come in. So, let's see. Sophia says, well, no, my real life friend lives in Louisiana. We watched the same thing at the same time and chat during. Okay. Well, I guess that's fine. But I think that's one of the most amazing things about the internet is that you can have friends. Like, I have friends in so many countries, So, yeah, I think that's awesome. Yes, tradition is important, especially if it's a good tradition and not like an oppressive tradition. So, yeah. So, thank you everybody for contributing to the 6-hour stream community challenge. We will do that on a Saturday. Look, we're already 84%. I may not have to extend it again. How much time do we have? 11 days. So we'll have two more streams. So we should make it, I feel like. Yeah, 2 of my best friends ever are people I've never met. That's exactly right, It's that I just think that's awesome. I really, really do. I mean, as someone who got both of her husbands from the internet, I and so many of my friends. I mean, a lot of my friends I met online, like even my local friends, we met online, but then became in-person friends, like 3D friends. So, I mean, I have no distinction anymore. I have no distinction between online friends and not online friends. They're all both. So, let's see. Dalen says, been trying to do that same type of thing with my SO, but can't find a good app for watching together anymore because streaming services suck. Yeah. Let's see, right? So 24,000 points is 12 donations times 2 streams is 6 people per stream. Sophia, always doing our math for us. Always doing our math. Somnia says, how do you contribute stuff? I don't know how that works. But you found it. So, yes. So, the channel points here are plot bunnies. You contribute those in the little menu. The button is underneath where you send a message. That little piece underneath that has numbers next to it. You click that and you'll see the option to do bits, which is money, or plot bunny. I mean, you can't contribute bits to the challenge, but it's the same menu. Bits is actual money you have to pay to, like, make joy on the stream. Plot bunnies are the channel currency that you, and I don't know, you may already know this. I'm just stating it for maybe people out there who don't know. Plot bunnies are the channel currency that just accumulate as you hang out in the stream. And that's what you use for the challenge. So again, it's no money or anything like that. Although you're always welcome to give me money. I always need money. As we all do. But that is not what we're looking for. Sophia says, we just found the same thing independently and do a countdown. Okay, that's smart. That's smart. Yeah, because you don't necessarily have to physically watch the same, like, airing of it. You just have to be watching it kind of at the same time. So yeah. Sometimes the channel point icon will be blocked by a little green icon you can click. Yeah. On mine, it shows the default in other channels is it shows the bits, and you click on that and then it gives you the bits menu at the beginning and then the channel menu after that. So, but in here, I see both my bits amount that I have in my account that I have either purchased or earned, and then the plot bunnies. Yeah. I think the green icon is might be the bits icon. Anyway, I don't know. So, what's everybody working on today? It's so weird being here on a Saturday. I don't know how long we're going to go. We may be done at 3. We may be done at 4. It just really comes down to where my energy is. So, Sophia says, yeah, we've been doing movie nights for years. It started as, let's watch bad movies and mock them. So we watch Indiana Jones. That is not a bad movie. The Mummy movies, and then James Bond. I mean, James Bond is definitely hit or miss. I think a lot of times what makes bad movies really has to do with the era that you came up in. Because almost everything that is older, and especially stuff that has older special effects, comes across as bad, right? So it, it seems like it's a bad, campy movie or something like that, but that's just the way it was. Like, if you watch, all the, what is that? The Triffids movie, the day the Triffids invaded, or whatever the name of that movie is. You look at that, or even like old Doctor Who episodes, because that's old enough to be that way. It looks awful, but anyway. Valerie says, Valerie's editing for now. Excellent. And loves The Mummy. That's one of the ones I've never seen. People mock me because I've never seen it, but I don't care. Anita is also editing the last story of the Tales of the Norse Gods. So close to having the book done. Like right there. Sophia says the green icon is the one that pops up that can give you a bonus point. Oh, yeah. It's almost like a little chest that pops up beside that. Yeah, and then you get like 60 channel points for clicking on it. Valerie says, you would probably like it for what it's worth. No need for mockery, though. Yeah, I mean, I feel like I probably would. I just haven't, right? It's definitely, I think, up my alley. But, yeah. So, last night I watched a fun movie. It was called, I don't remember what it was called, and I even made sure to look at the title so I'd remember it, but I can't remember it. But it was a comedy, and it was really about motherhood, which I'm not a mom, but I have a mom, and I have family, and it was really, oh God, I think it was something like whatever it takes or something. I don't remember. I wish I could remember. I'll have to go back and look. But it was, I really wanted last night, I wanted something just like nice and funny, not anything like post apocalyptic or whatever, about awful things. And it really was just about this woman in her, like my age, who has two kids, and she's just, and her kids are adults, but like one is fucked up and the other one is not fucked up, but pregnant and getting married and all this stuff and wanting this and that and the other. And, her ex-husband can't help pay for the wedding. And, it's really just about how she gets through the day and how, even though everybody leans on her and relies on her and calls her when they need something, that actually she thrives on that. Which isn't my life, but recognize that, that is a valid thing to want in your life, that, you have your whole family who call on you and need your help or want your help or whatever, and that can be incredibly fulfilling. But like, it was really cool. It was just a fun little movie that was a really nice sort of human, very relatable sort of movie. So, I also have a mom. What a coincidence. I know, it's crazy. It's not like women birth every human being or anything. Let's see. Sophia says, mocking bad but entertaining things is fun. We don't watch actually bad things. No, I know what you meant. I know what you meant. It's loving mocking. Just like, I watch old movies that I thought were great. Like the original Salem's Lot, which was super scary when I was young. But I watch it and I'm like, oh, that's so cheesy, right? But it's still, I love it. It doesn't change the fact that I love it. These days, we mostly watch good things, though. For a while, we watched a lot of Academy Best Picture winners, so a lot of older movies. Have you ever watched The Grand Hotel? I think that's what it's called. Or maybe Hotel Grand. No, I think it's The Grand Hotel. It's an old movie from like the 40s. It is excellent, and it is so, like, racy. Like, you watch it, and of course they weren't showing nudity or anything like that, but it was still super adult. So yeah, so like it was, I really, like, that was one of the older movies that I watched. I lived with my grandmother for, well, several times in my life, and she grew up in the 40s and the 50s, and so I watched and listened to a lot of things from that era that I love. So anyway, if you haven't watched The Grand Hotel and you like old black and white movies, try The Grand Hotel. Found some real gems that way. Turns out my favorite art actress is Jean Arthur. Who knew? I didn't know. I didn't know. That's cool, though. All right. But I think we're going to get into it. But first, we have to see if we can lure another spirit in our spirit thingamajigger. So, let's see. If you're working late, why not get takeout? Conveniently order from your computer. Sometimes it's okay to procrastinate. The spirit gets it. I don't know. So I guess it's probably going to be obviously nighttime. And I assume it's going to be working on my computer in the kitchen. Sometimes it's okay to procrastinate. The spirit gets it. Which spirit gets it? See, I'm still missing two spirits. What do you guys think? Is it one of the ones I'm missing? Or, oh, Ah, here we go. Found him. This spirit haunts those who spend too much time procrastinating in bed. Oh, wait, this is one who's against procrastination. So, are there other ones that are not? No. Reading. Howling. Arachnid. No. Early bird, definitely not. Dust bunny. Goopy. And Lenny. So I think, like, that's the only one I can, that even has any kind of, reference to, procrastination. Okay, so I think, wait, hang on. Okay, so I think we're gonna try that and see if that's our guy. Okay, so we're gonna go over to the kitchen and we're gonna be on the computer and we're gonna make it nighttime. Okay, so we're, oh wait, I forgot to change the person. Okay, spirit, we want this guy. Okay, let's see if that gives us our... Yes! That was right! We figured it out! Okay, so we're going to lure our spirit while we work. Alright. Here we go, y'all. I've got 20 minutes on the clock. Let's get into it. Oh, I'm going to be working on multiverse stuff, by the way. Let's go. Oops, timer went out. I wasn't paying enough attention. I was in a conversation about multiverse. So, I'm out of water. None of my water containers over here have any water in them, so I'm gonna hydrate with decaf tea. So, hydrate, y'all. Hydrate. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. How'd everybody do that round? Oh, you were trying to send the bits. So, the bits and the bits and the plot bunnies are two different things. So plot bunnies are not worth money at all. You know, they're free to give and receive and everything like that. You earn them by being in the stream. And then, so you can pick things off of that menu to spend your plot bunnies on to make me do stuff. Or to, you know, play music or whatever. The bits are actual money. They're like, you give Twitch money and they give you bits, and then you give bits to your creators who get a portion of that money that you gave to Twitch. They get a portion of that. So, yeah. So they're two different things, but they put them on the same menu. They didn't used to be on the same menu. The menu used to just be the plot bunnies, but I think that, you know, obviously that's part of how Twitch makes their money. So, yeah, so that just makes it confusing. It was very confusing for me too at the beginning. So, Valerie got some editing done. Awesome. Yeah, so I wasn't able to do the multiverse stuff because I thought I had something in my email, but it's not in my email. At least I can't find it. So I don't know if the person sent it to the wrong email address or just did what I sometimes do and accidentally saved it to drafts instead of actually sending it. I mean, I've done that more than once in my life. So, but they're on the other side of the world right now, so it's the middle of the night. So, so I'm not gonna be able to work on that this afternoon. So I'm trying to figure out what I do need to work on. Also, there's little things like we have to nail down the DJ, the karaoke guy, and like various other main programming stuff. So yeah. So that's what I think I'm just really gonna be chasing rabbits or something, herding cats kind of thing. So yeah. All right. The edit was started. Excellent. I'm glad something got started. And to talk a little bit more about multiverse, I put in a big paragraph about it, but it is in Peachtree City, which is south of the airport in the Atlanta area. It's about 25 minutes south of the airport. And it is October 17th through the 19th this year. It's a really good time. Let's see. Dalen is making lunch. I sucked down lunch right before the stream. Oh, Valerie says, hopefully I can make it next year. That would be awesome. I would love that. I'd get to see you in 3D. Very exciting. All right. We're going to do another sprint. I am going to try to figure out what I need to do now. Let's see. Dalen says, I'll have to edit the 1,700 words I got done in my morning sprints and James's sprints on Discord. Excellent. Oh, hello, cat. What? Oh, you got fuzz in your face. Come here, goober head. You've got hair on your chin. Come here. Come here. No. Okay. So, our old cat, Isabel, the orange one, she had a wound in her paw, in her thumb. She actually has thumbs. She's a Hemingway cat. And so my husband took her to the vet last week, like on Tuesday or something, because her whole paw had swollen up. And she's old, right? She's old. And I know she has kidney disease, but there's nothing we can do about it because she was feral for most of her life. So I can't give her fluids or anything like that. She won't sit for it. So, so he took her to the vet And they said what had happened was her claw had grown, because I have trouble getting her to let me clip her nails, and she doesn't have teeth anymore because she's old, so she can't trim her nails. So I guess her nail had curled and started growing through the pad of her foot. So he cleaned it out, gave her an antibiotic shot that's supposed to be good for 2 weeks. But like the first 3 or 4 days after she came home, she wasn't eating. She was just sleeping. Like she would get up, she would come over like she was hungry, and we'd put food down, and food I know she likes, and she would take like 3 or 4 like tastes, and then she wouldn't eat anymore. And we've literally gone through so much cat food because I'll put some down and she won't eat it, and so we'll put some more down of a different flavor and she won't eat it, and it's just like, ugh. But what we found today is she is like, we've got one that is like chicken shreds in broth, and she doesn't usually like chicken in terms of like pate and stuff, but this one is like actual shred, like I'd eat it, shreds of chicken in broth. And so what we found is that she's drinking the broth. So we just opened, like we've got the, those big like cardboard quarts of broth. So we just opened one up and I poured some into her dish and she's drinking it. Because I was really worried she was basically going to starve herself because she's just tiny already. So, so she's been, the last couple days, she's been up and like meowing like she wants food, and she's been acting like she's hungry, but everything we put down she wouldn't eat. So now that she's drinking this, I'm hoping that that's going to give her some more strength and stuff, since it's got, protein and fat and fluid. So fingers crossed. Yeah. Valerie says, my cat was a kidney problem cat, and yeah, there are some liquid supplements you can try. Dehydration causes nausea. Yeah. And I also think she was nauseated from that shot, because like the first couple days she was horking. Like she would eat a couple bites and then she'd hork up. So I think it made her nauseated. But she seems to be doing better. She keeps coming up here telling me she wants more. Like that's what I went downstairs for, was to give her more broth, because I'd given her some broth before I came up and the broth was mostly gone. So I gave her some more and she drank it. She was drinking it when I came back upstairs. So hopefully this will help. She's at the end of her life anyway. Like she's like 16 years old, which is crazy for a cat who lived most of her life outside. That's insane. But she's been with us since she was a kitten. So, yeah. It becomes a bad cycle. Sadly, they don't eat because of nausea. The not eating makes things worse. That's right. My cat was 17, but she was also an inside cat. Yeah, we had one, Pixie, which was my cat. She was 19, I think, when we ended up putting her, 18 or 19, when we ended up putting her to sleep. But she's the one who had she had kidney disease, and so we had an IV, we had needles, we would give her fluid every day, twice a day usually. I'd put her up on the chair, I'd be like, come on, and she'd get up on the chair, and she'd just sit there, and I'd put the little needle under her skin, and I'd give her some treats and pet her, while some of that little IV, some of that saline solution went into her. So yeah, so that's exactly, Valerie, you and I did the exact same thing. But this one won't sit for that. She won't even sit, she let me hold her on my lap last night for like 5 minutes petting her. She has never done that in her whole life. And that tells me how kind of tired and worn down she was. So yeah. But so, our plan is just to keep her as healthy as we can and keep her as comfortable as we can until it's time, right? So, but yeah. And she also does that thing, when the kidney disease is going, it makes their skin itchy. At least that's what I'm assuming it is, because they'll like not chew on their skin, but they'll like they're itchy, like if they have a bite or something, how they'll nibble on, they'll nip at their skin, but then they actually catch the hair and they pull it out. And that's when when she started doing that, when I kept finding hair everywhere, I was like, okay, I know what's going on with her. So, yeah. So she had a clump of hair on her chin just now, and she won't let me get it off of her. She's just sitting here, just being her unreal lady self. Okay, but let's go ahead and get going again. I'm still trying to figure out what the fuck I'm gonna do now that I'm not doing what I was planning on doing. All right, 20 minutes. Let's go. Y'all, that was the timer. I looked at it like a minute and a half ago. I was like, okay, minute and a half. And then I got focused on a thing and then I forgot that the timer was going off until it made sound. So, oh yeah, that is a walk. That is a walk, Rose. That is a walk. So, yeah. But you can also bring comfy shoes and like keep them in your bag or keep them behind the track room table. Okay. Anyway, how'd everybody do that round? I did some random things. I had a conversation on Discord with one of the multiverse chairs about some questions and various things. So yeah, that's mainly what I did. Valerie got through another scene. Yes, good job. I think I'm going to shift to writing stuff. I'm going to double check my to-do list and see if there are any other small things that I can do. But I think for the most part, I may shift to my novel plotting. Let's see. True, comfy shoes in the bag. Yes. Yes, that is the name of the game at Dragon Con, if we're being real honest. I actually keep a pair of slippers, like I have these slippers that I have all over my house, these guys, so they have an actual sole. So yeah, so like, you'll sometimes see me running around in those. So, yeah, but we get a little breaky break, y'all. Just in time for the break, Rose. So, I'm surprised Sophia hasn't seen that you're in here yet. Although she might have already left. She had a date with a friend to watch a show together. So, Rose says, I need to read your book arc soon, Val. I'm realizing it's August and September is sneaking up on me. Yes. Yes. So, she's off with her other friends, Rose. Her more important friends. I don't know. She may not be gone yet. She may still be here. But I think she said she was leaving in like half an hour at the beginning. So, so I don't think she's here. Oh. Anyway, she didn't even say goodbye. All right. So let's take a quick little breaky break. I'm going to put 5 minutes on the red timer. And the cat's up here again. So I'm going to go see if she needs more chicken broth. Okay. Yeah, I'll be right back. You need something to eat, you need something to drink, use the facilities. This is a perfect time to do that. If you've been with me this whole time and you've been sitting down, at least get up out of your chair. Stretch your bod. Your bod will be very grateful for you for that when you're my age. And here is your first reminder that if you have not as yet taken your meds, and you should have taken your meds by now, please take a moment to do that. Let's see. Dalen says, could always get some of the fake boots that just strap on top of actual comfy shoes. That's a thought. I could use some actual boots for winter, though, so I'm hoping to find some. You're stuck under a cat. I mean, that happens. That happens. You've been catlogged. Yeah, you've been catlogged. So, thank you so much for your contribution to the 6-hour stream, Rose. I said that we might have it by the end of next week, and then Sophia was doing the math in the channel. She was like, we need this many. So that will help. There's James. Hello, James. How are your sprints today? Dalen was in there, said he got some stuff done. Thank you, James, for your contribution to the 6-hour stream. I feel like we're real close now because we were at like 84%, 88%. We only need 12% more. All right. But it's just in time for break. So, James, if you haven't taken your meds, take your meds. But you've been doing so well lately, I feel like I don't even have to remind you anymore. All right, but we're going to take a break. I have to go to the bathroom. I could probably use topping my tea off, and I need to give the cat some chicken broth. So I actually think I might do 6 minutes just in case, because that is a lot of stuff. Kitty spa time. I mean, cats rule the world. All right. We're going to be right back. All right, I'm back. So, I gave the cat, there was still some chicken broth left in the one dish. So, Whole Foods carries a brand, although it looks like at least the one by me may not be carrying it much longer, called Deckhand. It's like three-ounce cans for like $2, which is pretty good. But it's like humanely caught and sourced tuna for cats. And it makes a real good broth if you smush it down and then mix water in it. So I feel like she was tired of the chicken broth, so I gave her that, and she actually was licking it up. She hasn't been eating the food since we've been putting it out, like every other food we put out, but she has, when I made a good broth out of it, she did, she is drinking it. So that makes me happy, because I was really worried that she was gonna fucking starve herself to death. So, anyway. But it looks like we lured our new spirit. You see the red dot? I'm waiting for the timer to go off so I can turn it off. There we go. All right, shall we meet our new spirit? Are y'all with me? Are you here? Are you here to meet our new spirit? Come on, I don't want to meet our new spirit if you guys aren't here. Hello. All right, Valerie's with me. Thank you, Valerie. Okay. So let's meet our new spirit. Oh! It's like a Marilyn Monroe version. Let me turn this off. Oop, wrong thing. Let me turn that off. Okay. A noodaloo! It's a noodaloo! If you're working late, why not get... Oh, we already read that. Similar to how voo-to-dos are the manifestations of unfinished tasks, noodle-a-doos are the manifestations of too many takeout deliveries. Their bodies and markings are rumored to be a mishmash of discarded takeout containers and previously ordered meals. Contrary to what you'd expect, noodle-a-doos don't crave unhealthy food. Their hauntings are, in fact, their way of trying to encourage better eating habits. They're just not very good at it, as it comes off a little too spooky. Noodle-a-doos love leftovers. They can magically enhance the flavor of any day-old meal to taste freshly made, and will gladly do so to make sure no perfectly good food goes to waste. All right, how cute is that? All right, so let us switch out our spirit companions so we can have our new guy. And let's check out the colors we have to choose from. So it can be brown. Let me turn off the timer for a second. It can be brown, which we're going to purchase, but I like this one because of course I do. All right, this is the one we're going with, y'all. What do you think? How about it? But we're going to go back to... So we originally started the day on the bed, not relaxing, reading. That's what we were doing. So our little guy has their little book, and they will be reading along with us. All right, let me scoot that back over there. Let me pull up the timer again. Okay, let's see what folks have to say. Oh, Rose is crocheting an ear. All right, all right. Let's see. James says, I am crocheting the second of a hugging shawl. No idea if that is the real name, but that's what I'm calling them. I mean, I feel like that's valid. I feel like that's valid. All right, so we have our new spirit friend, who is very big in comparison to my character. Like, he's bigger than the other spirit friends, like, proportionally speaking. So, all right. Anyway, it's a good thing they're friendly. Okay, so we got another 20 minutes on the clock. I know what I was going to do. I'm going to look at my to-do list and see what things, because I've been ignoring my to-do list for a couple days now, which is not a good look. So I'm going to check out my to-do list and see what things I've already done, because I've still done stuff on my to-do list. I just haven't been looking at my to-do list. And then see what I haven't done, and then I'll figure out if I'm going to work on something admin-y or if I'm going to work on the plotting of the novel. All right, so we got 20 minutes. Let's go, y'all. Okay, y'all, that's the sprint. How did you do? How did you do? I did a couple little things and then I started working on the plotting of, went back to the plotting of the novel. So that's what I'm working on now. How'd you guys do? How'd you guys do? The cat came up and begged for food again. But I didn't go down there. Because she has plenty. So, besides, hubby's down there right now. So if he wants to give her something, he can. So how'd you guys do? Let's see. Daylin said boss made a surprise visit to the site. Whoops. Whoops, I hope it went well. And I hope your boss is gone now. Yeah, that's super weird on a Saturday. But yeah, so, okay, good. It was fine. Good. I'm glad. I'm glad. I know that the company you work for, has contracts with the CDC. Are all your people okay? Do you know? Let's see. Anita's still editing. Oh, they needed the printer. Gotcha. But still, on a Saturday, that's still weird, right? So, how'd everybody else do, James? How are you doing? How's the crocheting? Valerie, how'd you do that round? Also, can I just say, this stuff is the bomb. So it is Pop Daddy Snacks. They are strawberry shortcake flavored pretzels. It's like somebody took pretzel sticks and dunked them in strawberry quick. They're so good. Valerie says, spending a lot of time researching pistons for a metaphor. The things we do for our art, man. The things we do for our art. Yeah. Yeah. I did the same thing for an editing job where I researched diesel fuel and flammability, flammable point, like, you know, the point in which it catches on fire. Let's see. Dalen says, oh, our company is the third largest employer in the U.S. They have contracts with everyone. So many I can guarantee somewhere someone isn't all right because of this company's stupidity. Haven't heard specifics to the CDC, though. Okay. Well, because, you know, I mean, I'm sure you know about... So those who aren't in the Atlanta area, we had 3 mass shootings over the last few days here in Atlanta. But guns are not a problem. One of them was at the CDC. So yeah. James is working on round 4 of the hug shawls. That makes me so happy. Okay. I mean, I'm sorry for your friend's mom, but I love that you're doing this for them. This is so sweet. So I'm not worried. I finally yesterday picked back up, because I didn't take it with me when I went to Chicago. I picked back up the cross stitch I'm working on, which you can't tell what it is yet. But this is only like 1/6 of the picture. So, and this is the point where I always think I'll like it because it means the picture will fill out. But the point I'm at is where I have like 1 stitch here and 1 stitch there and 2 stitches there and 1 stitch here and 3 stitches here. And you know what I mean? So it's like, this part is a big pain in the ass because you'll spend an hour and you'll do like 30 stitches. So, yeah. So like I have a love-hate relationship with the part I'm on now. But I think if I ever actually get it done, it'll